They're probably going to have their best season that they've ever had. The thing that Mississippi State needs to do in softball is the one thing that they have not been able to do really for the entirety of their existence, and that is play well enough in the regular season to get one of those top 16 seeds so that they can host and not have to go on the road and play in somebody else's stadium. The only time that they have come out of a regional as a victor was a few years ago, and it looked like they were set up to go to the Women's College World Series, but they end up losing in the super regional. I don't remember who it was that they lost to, but it was a team that they probably should not have lost to. And those hopes end up getting dashed. They've been a really good team. Samantha Ricketts has done a really good job with the team since she took over. Like I said, she's just got to make that next step and get the team to a point where they can stay at home for the weekend and not have to travel on the road, because that makes it a lot more difficult. I mean, there's a reason why Mississippi State fans in baseball are always asking Kendall Rogers, are we hosting? Because hosting makes it so much easier to get out of that first weekend in the NCAA tournament and get to the Super and then on to the College World Series. And the problem that Mississippi State has is SEC softball is even more loaded than SEC baseball is. There was a couple of years ago, Vanderbilt does not play in softball. So they had 13 teams in the SEC, and all 13 teams made it to the NCAA tournament. That's how stacked and how loaded some of these teams are. And it got even worse when you added Texas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma is probably the premier softball program in the country. They've won multiple national titles. They've been an absolute juggernaut ever since, I don't know, for a long time. I don't know how long, but it's been a while that they've been just on top of the college softball world. So like it didn't get any easier when those two schools joined the conference. So Mississippi State has to find a way to compete and be at the top of their game against all of these really difficult SEC opponents. And if they can do that, then they can find their way into a hosting argument. Then things start to open up for them, and the potential for this team starts to open up quite a bit in terms of possibly making it to the College World Series that's played every year in Oklahoma City. So, like I said, I would love for them to find a way to get past this hump that they've never really been able to get over. We'll see if they can do it this year. This is probably the best team that Samantha Ricketts has had, and she's got probably her best opportunity to do that and to possibly be, one of those top 16 seeds, maybe even if they do well enough in the SEC play, if they can, like I said, overcome some of those hurdles that they've not been able to overcome in the past, become a top 8 seed and guarantee yourself a hosting situation all the way through the College World Series. We'll see if they can do it. I don't know.